I tried dry aging every meat, ate them. This happened. He tried dry aging them, not me.
Every single meat
You know,
I can find.
don't get it mixed up.
Importantly, we're
No
gonna
way,
rate
sound.
every single one of them because if it's worth it, you should try that at home. So enough talking, let's begin. And we're gonna start off with a bang. A huge octopus. But the problem with octopus is that if you don't cook it right, it can become really chewy and not very good. So my hope is that dry aging it will tenderize this thing, and most importantly, it's gonna be great. So after putting it on a hook, I added a chopstick in the middle to keep the tentacles open, and into the dry ager it went for a month. Once the time was up, take a look.
Oh.
I was not expecting this. This thing is a sculpture. I think octopus is made 100% out of water, because as you can clearly see, there's almost nothing left. And you should be really happy that you can smell it. But since octopus doesn't have a lot of flavor, hopefully the dry aging process made it better. And since this thing is as hard as a rock, I went ahead and used some kitchen scissors. Take a closer look. It is not only translucent, but it is hard.
Oh, it's
almost
crazy.
like an
For some reason, it looks like a bat
the same
wing.
is to be said
I
about
know.
the tentacle. Just believe it is hard. Oh, kitchen
Oh, like that's the stem.
Take a closer look.
I don't know, like this. That's the wing.
It is
I don't
not
know.
only translucent, but it is hard, almost like an unbreakable paper. The same is to be said about the tentacle. Just believe me when I tell you, this one, you don't want to smell it. But hopefully it's gonna taste fantastic. So I went ahead in a pan, added some oil, onion, garlic, and immediately threw it in. Since it was quite dry, I went ahead and added some white wine followed by smoked paprika. Mixed that up real good and everything started getting rehydrated once again. The only thing left to do was to go ahead and plate it up, add a tiny bit of parsley, and find out the perfect person to give this a go. Because believe me when I tell you, my crew have tasted incredible things, some better than the others. But today, it's gonna be different. So here we go.
Well, this looks like dog food. That's definitely a tentacle.
Let's see.
Cheers. It honestly doesn't
No?
taste bad. I just can't chew. It's not fishy at all for me. It just tastes
Okay.
really oily.
Based on the smell,
This is
I did
dry
not
age
expect that. So
octopus.
let's move to something more familiar.
Dry age hot
There's not much to be
doges.
said, because everyone
Hot
knows
doges.
what a hot dog tastes like.
I love
Dry aged is quite
homeboy,
simple. After
you know,
putting it in the
downtown,
pan,
you feel
into the
me?
Dry ager it goes for a month.
Cart.
This is what a dry aged hot dog looks
Ketchup.
like. If I'm
Relish.
being completely honest, it reminds me of salami. It is still flexible, and when I hold it on my hand, it's almost like Slim Jim. But the most important thing is to see if this is gonna taste good or not. So I went ahead and boiled
Spicy.
them. This got them rehydrated, added them to a bun, followed by some ketchup and mustard, and there we have it. Will the world's
just
first
fishing.
dry aged
I list
hot
out.
dog be good? Let's find
It'll-
out.
Looks like we got your old-fashioned hot dog. Let's give it a try.
Who'd you with that?
Indulge in a world of refined luxury.
Refined luxury.
Texture is a little bit weird, but if you can get past that, everything else.
Oh, it's
is
a
good.
dry. Oh, it's a dry age
Once
hot
again, we
doge.
expected results. Now that is what I'm talking about. However, I'm not
Oh.
quite sure about this next one. Chicken wings.
Yes.
Now you already know that chicken wings can be delicious, but dry aged, I have no idea. This is what it looks like before going in, and after putting it on a cooling rack, I dry aged it for a month. Now take a look. You tell me, it doesn't even look like chicken wings anymore. If I'm being completely honest, it also does not smell that great. When you take a closer look in the back, this thing is as hard as it gets.
That
and it
looks-
like there's no more
that
moisture
looks-
left. But the important thing
that
now
looks-
is you can
ugh.
taste. So I went ahead and chopped them up and immediately deep fried them at 350 degrees Fahrenheit.
That-
The crispiness of the skin was on a whole other level. To finish them off, I added some chicken wings hot sauce, tossed it up,
Hot
plated the whole thing
sauce.
with a little bit of vegetables on top, and there we have it. The world's first dry-aged chicken wings. Since
Honestly,
this
that
one
shit's
smelled
gonna-
really bad, I didn't want to give it to my crew,
Still-
so I went ahead
oh.
and took a bite, and it
Oh.
was horrible.
Oh, yeah?
Dry, it smelled spoiled, just not good.
Oh.
This one will get a 0 out of 10.
Oh.
So that got me thinking, how about this? Turkey breast. It has
Damn,
lot
all
of
the,
moisture. But what will happen when we dry age it? Well,
all
we're
this
about to
shit.
find out right now, because you went in for a whole month. And this is what it looks like when it came off. Luckily, it didn't smell that bad. I really think that the bones does something when you're dry aging meat. That's why this one is not that bad. However, when I went to slice it, it is hard. But you can clearly see that there's still some moisture in
that
the
shit-
middle. That would be only on the thick part of the
I don't
breast,
know.
because the tip
Shit
is
looks
hard
stale.
as a rock. So I have to discard it, because take a look. The thicker parts
That
don't look that bad.
doesn't look. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was
Fried
about-
the whole thing up with a tiny bit of
Right,
salt
right.
and pepper.
That shit don't
Immediately
look though.
plated it up, and it was time to give it a try.
Yeah.
I guess let's try this thing. Cheers.
Oh yeah. Who you fucking with?
Whew.
Ooh, it's not people food. The sad thing is the flavor actually isn't that bad, but the texture is so horrible that it makes the whole thing just feel so wrong and nasty.
Let's forget about poultry for a while, because the next thing I want to dry age is this squid. I'm pretty sure you had calamari before. That's what this is made out of. However,
I tried some squid, low-key.
Dry age this. Well, let's find out. Into
That
the
looks
dry ager
crazy.
goes for a month. Once the
A
time is
month?
up, check it out.
They look like
First
they look like
dry-aged
a couple
squid.
things actually.
Oh boy. It's hard, it's not pliable whatsoever, but most importantly, it does not smell bad. So to cook it, I wanted to rehydrate it a little bit. So I started by frying it up, added some vegetables to make it taste good, stirred it a little bit more, because in the end, I played it up and it was time for the taste test. In all honesty, I have no idea what to expect, but we're about to find out right now.
What the hell is this? You guys are like feeding me used condoms.
Yeah, that's what I see.
Makes me a little uncomfortable to eat it.
That was one of them things.
Bro, what the? Feel like I'm chewing plastic. That's gonna be a hard pass for me. I'm sure Angel will love these veggies later.
Don't worry, David. And you will definitely have those veggies later on. Because the next one, check it out. We got beef salami. If you've never
Beef
had this,
salami.
it's quite delicious, especially on sandwiches. Into the dry ager it goes for 1 month. Take a look at it once the time was done. Now that is a dry sausage. There's not much to do or describe because it doesn't smell like almost anything. So I went ahead and sliced the whole thing up, and I don't know if you ever fried yours. It enhances the flavor and it's really tasted this way. But dry aged, I have no idea.
Let's get it.
That looks like a beef sausage. Let's try.
Let's get it. That doesn't look.
To be honest, this is no bad. I like
Right.
the texture. It's like crispy on the.
Cause like you could dead
outside,
eat that
in
like
the middle. It's
regularly.
Really soft. It's really good. I like salami.
As expected, beef salami is awesome dry aged. But check out the next one.
Isn't it?
Now, if you're not familiar with this, they are soft shell crabs. It is
Soft
usually
shell
very
crab. Then they look
delicious. The
crazy.
funny thing
They
about
don't
it
even
is
look
that you
like
can eat the whole thing.
look
Because
so
everything is
weird.
nice
Soft shelled crabs. Imagine that.
and soft, and when you fry it up, it's delicious. So I went
Damn, they
ahead
get
and
bullied,
set it
huh?
on a cooling rack and into the dry
Yeah,
aging
soft-shelled?
process for a whole month. Once the time was up, the biggest issue for me is that it got stuck on the cooling rack. But after a little bit of work, I was able to take it off. Now here you can clearly see what's going on. This thing is bone dry. Very, very dry. Once I split it open from the belly, you can see the amount of meat it has, which at this point looked quite promising. So I went ahead and did a quick batter, dunked it right in, and immediately
shit.
fried the whole thing.
Fried that
To
shit.
finish it off,
Oh,
I added
shit.
some chili oil, followed by some green onions. Now I gotta be honest with you, it just smells
with it?
delicious. But it's the world's first
I'm with it.
dry-aged soft shell crab. I was a little bit skeptical, so instead of giving it to the guys, I went ahead and tried it myself. And oh boy, this one, I can tell you
Yeah.
right away, it's a no-go. But the next thing
Yeah.
I was super excited to see, and that would be St. Louis pork ribs. These are delicious whenever you make it barbecue style. But dry-aged, well, there's
ribs.
not much to do. You just gotta leave it hanging for a whole month. Once the time was up, check it out. Super dry, zero smell, and most importantly, it looks like this one worked well. But because it was extremely dry, this got me a little bit worried. I think all of the moisture is completely gone. But nevertheless, I went ahead and seasoned it with barbecue rub, stuck it on the grill, and let it cook. To finish it off, I added some barbecue sauce right on top, sliced it up, and it was now time for the taste test.
Django ribs, yes sir.
Django. No, fuck
I
with.
don't want it anymore. Google, why'd you do this? The flavor is all right. The texture is terrible.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not fall off the bone. If anything, it's
I mean, the way you bit it
in
though,
love
it
with the
didn't look.
bone. We talk about tree huggers, but this is a bone hugger. I'm not putting that in my mouth. Neither should you.
Dry-aged St. Louis ribs is definitely a no-go. But what about this next one? Scallops. Now this thing is delicious by itself, especially if you cook it in butter. However, how will it taste dry age? I'm not quite sure, but I'm excited to
Dry-aged
see what's gonna happen.
scallops.
So after closing my dry aging, you
Scallop.
went in for a whole month. Once the time was up, check it out. As expected, it got stuck to the cooling rack. Once I took it out, it almost looks like chicken. Luckily enough, there's still quite a bit of moisture on it. But the biggest issue on this one here was the smell. It was horrible. but I decided to go ahead and fry it up anyway. Then I added a generous amount of wine.
Fried
followed by
dried
butter
scallops.
So that I can rehydrate the whole thing. Then I added some garlic, salt, and pepper. Cooked it for a little bit longer. And in the end, I plated it up really nicely. I even added a generous amount of that butter on top, followed by a tiny bit of parsley. In the end, it looked okay. But as soon as I went to take a bite, it was horrible. I'm not even willing to give this one to my guys to try. Definitely do not try this one at home. Next up, I wanted to go big. So I'm about to try every single one of these. First up, the most popular one of them
Spam.
all, Spam. Now I love Spam. Especially in musubi, it is just phenomenal. But how will it be dry aged? It's pretty simple. After a month, this is what it looks like. Not that much difference, just slightly drier. It still smells great, so it's time to cook it up. I went ahead and pan fried the whole thing. The biggest difference for me is that you
Spam.
gotta be careful. Since it's much drier, it gets a crispy crust right away. But how does it taste?
Guess let's give it a go. Cheers. Tastes like Spam. Not that bad, honestly. It looks like petrified wood, but it's not that bad.
Damn.
Get
That's
your
just,
money on us and our new 3-year price lock guarantee. Plans starting at $30 a month.
It's like a phone drop.
Audiences are loving the amateur. I want to find and kill the man who murdered my wife.
I'll definitely take not that bad. Next up, tuna. Tuna from a can. This one is pretty straightforward. I first drained the liquid, set it down on a plate, made a tight ball so everything can dry age nicely, and now that this is ready, I let it go for a whole month. And check it out. It became a rock. This thing is as dry as the Sahara Desert. There is zero moisture. And if you ever had tuna before, you know how dry it can get. But it was time for me to go back to my
Dried
recipe.
tuna. That's
What
not
the
good.
heck? I came prepared.
Okay.
Oh, good. Don't do that again, bro. Oh, what the heck is this, dude? Oh, I can still taste it. Nah, I'm out of here.
That's what you get for not eating all of your vegetables. But how about this next one? Cooked ham. Will it behave the same exact way as the Spam? And if you've never had this, it's not the best ham you can have, but I'm wondering if dry aging is going to make it better. Check it out once it was done. I only went for 2 weeks on this one. I wanted to still have some moisture inside, so I went ahead and sliced
2
the whole thing up,
weeks?
cooked it up on the pan, and as you can clearly see, I got much better results than the Spam. It didn't burn. That's because there was still a little bit of moisture inside. But the true test is the taste test.
It smells pretty good. Let's just give it a try, I guess. Cheers. It's actually pretty good. It's not dry, it's not wet. Kind of just like falls apart, almost like jerky. I give this a thumbs up.
I guess dry aging for a little bit less is better. But how about this? Vienna sausage. Very popular.
Vienna
with children.
sausage.
It brings back a lot of memories. So I went ahead and wanted to dry age it to see what happens. And take a look at it after a month.
Vienna. Oh, damn.
It looks like it became Slim Jim. Since Vienna sausage was fully cooked already, there's no need to do anything else but try.
Is this like dog food?
Vienna
It tastes
sausage.
like dog food, man. Piece by piece, you chew it and it's just, it feels like rubber. It's like I'm eating a rubber band or something here. Not good.
Not
I
good.
have to agree, not very tasty. But next up, check it out.
Corned beef.
Very popular with a lot of people. The problem with corned beef is this. You either like it or you hate it. But dry aged. Well, check it out after a month. Ooh boy. This one smelled kind of funny. But it seemed that it was still edible. So I went ahead and sliced up the whole thing, fried it up on a pan, and check it out what I was left with. Maybe not the best looking meat, but here's what it tasted like.
I have to try this? Are you sure? Okay. Oh, this is disgusting. No. Nah.
Definitely don't dry age corned beef. Next up, we got sardines.
Sardines.
Honestly, you either love it or hate it, and I love it. Especially if you grow up eating
Sardines.
it. The smell always kicks you in the face. Now this is freshly out of the can.
That's
After a month in the dry ager, check it out.
like fish, though.
Super dry, kind of flaky. There's almost no moisture. Does it taste good?
Oh. Cheers.
Sardines.
Oh my god. It's so dry and fishy. I like sardines, but I do not like that.
Dry aged sardine is a no-go. But what about chicken on a can? To be specific, chicken breast on a can. A lot of people use this to make
Chicken in a
sandwiches.
can.
This is what it looks like fresh. And here's what it looks like after dry aged for a month. Dry, no moisture. It smells like stinky feet. But maybe it's like a fine wine. Hopefully it tastes a lot better than it looks.
Give it a try, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
This is disgusting. It's like, rubbery and still falls apart at the same time. I don't know how that's possible.
It looks like canned chicken breast dry age is a no-go. But how about a TV dinner? To
Oh
be specific,
shit, Salisbury steak.
This is what it looks
I ain't gonna
like.
lie,
Check
Salisbury
out what
steak
happens after a month.
really,
Looks like a console,
really
so this
hit.
one definitely
Though no
has to
funny
be
shit.
cooked. And in the end, check
Really
it out.
hit.
What does this remind you of? I would love to know in the comments down below, because the only thing left to do is to try it.
Smells okay.
It's been a minute.
That is not good. Yeah, that's not for me.
Salisbury steak dry age is definitely a no-go. But what about this next one? Uncooked cured salt pork.
Uncured-
Usually this tastes
cured salt
fantastic,
pork.
especially on pasta. But here's what it looks like fresh, and here's what it looks like after 30 days. There's not much differences to it, and that's because of the fat. Remember,
Yeah.
fat is a great preservative. So I went ahead and cooked up the whole thing, sliced it up, and it was time to give it a taste test.
Looks like pork belly, but I'm sure there's something wrong with this.
Some groceries.
This one is definitely a no-go. But what about meatballs already ready? Come on now. They
Meatballs,
have to be
Angus
phenomenal,
beef.
right? Here's
Yeah.
what it looks like straight
Oh.
from the bag, and now dry aged for a month. There's a
Meatballs and
huge
spaghetti?
difference. To keep this one nice and simple, I went ahead and threw it in the air fryer. Once it was fully cooked, check it
Oh,
out. It almost looks
Looks-
like falafel.
it looks
but
good.
The smell was
Oh,
kind of
wow.
funky.
Meatballs. I like me albondigas. Good.
But those are the
That was bad.
results. Can you believe it? Which one was your favorite and which one would you eat? I would love to know. Put it in the comments. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit that thumbs up, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take
See
care,
ya.
buddy. Bye-bye.
It's cool.